Yo, so let's talk about Mars, Sextile, Pluto. All right, I'm going to get in more detail in a minute, but I just want to first explain and clarify what I mean by sextile. See, sextile is an aspect in astrology. So, for those of you who have your natal charts, and for those of you who don't, but for those of you who have your natal charts, you can look right now at it, and there's going to be a key code that has a symbol that represent. It looks just like an asterisk. All right, that means that you have a sextile in your chart. So a sextile is an aspect. An aspect in astrology is when two planets angle each other in a certain mathematical way that places a perception on the individual whose chart it is. So these planets connect, and look at it as this type of analogy. They connect and have conversations with each other because each planet has different characteristics that they're known for, right? You can call them, I call them angels, right? They're instructors, they're the teachers of the zodiac. So when these two planets align in the sky at certain degrees apart from each other and close to each other, they have this type of conversation that has impact on the masses. So, in a nutshell, you are this way. Like, so when people talk about mindsets, this is the type of mindset that you have. If you are going to be stubborn in your life, where these planets are placed in your natal chart, this is the type of mindset that you'll have to where you'll be stubborn. Now, there are going to come times in your life when planets transit in places other than your initial planetary placement, which can sometimes persuade you to change your mind based upon your initial perception. And it might just because it's a sign of the time. It might be an opportunity, which is sextile is. I'm getting to that in a minute. It might be an opportunity that presents itself that you shouldn't pass up for the betterment of yourself. For other reasons, of course, So there are, exceptions to the rule. But for the most part, at the end of the day, you're going to have the mindset and the perception of what your aspects are in your natal chart. So a sextile is an opportunity. Wherever you see sextiles in your natal chart, they represent opportunities, and pretty much know what an opportunity is, right? And it's when two planets are between 54 and 66 degrees apart from each other. It's really, the midpoint is 60 degrees, but you give a 6-degree orb allowance, meaning 6 degrees that way, the planet can travel 6 degrees that way further from 60 degrees, and 60 degrees before 60 degrees, you can start feeling the impact. It's like the shadow period of a Mercury retrograde. You can feel the impact coming before it actually hits pause. All right, so the request is to talk about Mars sextiling Pluto. Now, Mars is in the 8th house in the sign of, let me make sure I got this right before I take it further. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Okay. Mars is in the 8th house of Aquarius, and Pluto is in the 6th house of Sagittarius. Got you. All right, so first let me explain what Mars sextile Pluto means. It means like giving up is not an option for these types of people who have this aspect in their natal chart. It's not on the table. The cards are not on the table for giving up. That with determination and willpower assists these people in accomplishing all of the goals that they put their mind to. People see this about you, right? And what they do is they look up to you. They confide in you. This is a great position for consultants. They confide in you because they see your inner strength. They see how you handle things. You may not wear it on your face. You understand what I'm saying? You don't wear these expressions on your sleeves. You just do the work. And they know that that's what you're doing. Like you could hunker down and be involved in what you're doing, and you just get that shit done. So they admire that about you, and they lean on you for insight, intelligence, and stuff like that. This position also can be very domineering and ruthless, cutthroat type shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like these people y'all are not to cross, like, and it's up in the air. It's really up in the air because, again, this is a sextile. A sextile is actually a positive aspect. So the choice is yours, but like I said, sextiles represent opportunity. So if you had the opportunity to get somebody back who did you dirty, you might take it, is what I'm saying. Y'all have long and vengeful memories. You get what I'm saying? So it's really up to you. Now, with Mars being in the 6th house of Aquarius, right? Or did I say that right? Let me make sure. Mars being in the 8th house of Aquarius, excuse me. Let me give you an example so I can clarify, give you, some more insight on how this goes. All right, so Mars being in the 8th house Aquarius, Pluto in the 6th house of Sagittarius. Let's say you're in the workplace, right? 6th house represents the work environment, and you got Pluto there. You could be the master at what's going on in that workplace to the point where you've climbed in the ranks and all of that, right? And the reason why I say the master is because Pluto is a planet of personal power. So it may have took you some time to get there. However, the things that you've done there are like unprecedented, and the boss just loves you. Management loves you to the point where they maybe even gave you a place in management. But there might be somebody who was at the same workplace, and they might have even been there longer than you. Whatever the case may be, this other person in the workplace has something against you. It doesn't even have to be that, but they might have something against you, right? And with you having Mars and Aquarius in the 8th house, let me backtrack a little bit. Because they got something against you, they're going to do something foul in the workplace, like plant something on you, start a rumor, even report you for some shit maybe that you did outside. Let's say you was fucking with a girl inside of the work environment. Boss doesn't know, but he has a policy that says there's no fraternizing in the workplace. You get where I'm going? And then this hater dude, he's just like, yo, gets lunch with the boss one day and he says, yo, him and such, her and such is fucking around? Yeah, they was fucking. Might even give the whole scoop, you know what I mean? Because you know how sometimes that work stuff get around, somebody says something, and sometimes it happens. I doubt it would be you, though, because you got Mars in the 8th house. You get what I'm saying? So it's about secrets and stuff like that. You got a personal planet in the 8th house of secrets. Probably not going to be you who leaked it, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be that other end. However it got out, it got out. So, even though it's outside of the workplace, that still gets you caught up into some shit. Next thing you know, you got to get let go of because of this situation, right? So you look at it like, yo, I'm going to get this motherfucker back. Straight up, took my bread and butter, took me out of the game, you know what I'm saying? All over a sexual encounter, right? Mars in the 8th house, all because I did something sexual. This is an opportunity for me to present myself in a way to smash him. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's up to you. But this aspect is telling the person who has it to be wise so that you lead people into better situations. You have strong leadership capabilities here, and you could lead them into better situations. So let's say you was fucking with the person that you was fucking with at that workplace. You might call them up and start your own workplace on some Jerry Maguire shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get back. Or you find another company that's in the same industry that rivals the company that you're in. You see how it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. You get what I'm saying? You're still in the workplace. You're still getting legal money. You still legit, but you're not going to harm somebody that took you out in that type of way. You learn from the experience and you better yourself. Because let's say like in a romantic situation or a sexual relationship or whatever the case may be, shorty might still got feelings for you type shit. You know what I'm saying? So she might be still, like I said, leaning and looking into you for advice and consultancy and stuff like that in order to find out what the next move is. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how strong your leadership capabilities are. Don't squander them when you have this position, because you can really accomplish whatever you put your mind to. I'm out.